Yeah.
So we are just doing, we're aware at the moment nobody will be watching this because we haven't told anybody that we're doing this, but what we wanted to do was just record a quick Facebook Live to go out onto the new Soroptimist Facebook page so that people can watch it back. We had our first Soroptimist E-Club meeting last night, which was very exciting, wasn't it, Hannah?
It was really good. Loads of people attended, lots of awesome questions, loads of kind of encouragement that this club is needed and valued and will be, you know, cherished by people across the world.
Yeah, it was really interesting. We had about 27 people on the call at one point, and it was, what was really interesting about it was that we had a kind of equal mix of existing Soroptimists and people who had either been Soroptimists or have never been Soroptimists, so not current Soroptimists. That's another way of putting it. And what was really interesting was that obviously the people who aren't and haven't been Soroptimists had come to find out how an e-club would work, potentially joining for the first time, don't know anything about the organisation, so are coming to it completely fresh. The Soroptimists that came, they are obviously already in a club. They already know a lot about the Soroptimists. We had some Soroptimists on who've been Soroptimists for 25, 30 years. Yeah, which was amazing. And what was really heartening was that they'd come as well to see how it would work. Are there potentially some ideas that they can take away and take back to their own clubs? Are there things that they could use? So some of them wanted to set up an e-club in their area. Some of them wanted to just use the tips and the kind of technology that we were talking about in their existing, you know, old-fashioned club, for want of a better word. So yeah, it was really interesting. We had some amazing conversations, and it made me really, really proud.
Yeah, and there's people from all over the world as well. We had two women from Canada, from two different clubs in Canada. We had a woman from Limerick. We had people from like the four corners of the UK. It was like just so good to see people coming together and the support. But what we wanted to do today was kind of summarize what went on in that meeting. I know a lot of people couldn't make it. So we want to just talk about what the Soroptimist is, what this club is going to look like, and how you can get involved.
Yes. Okay. I'm just going to share my screen. So I will warn you, when I start sharing my screen, I can't see Hannah. So you'll have to just talk to me, Hannah. Talk to me. Okay, so we're going to start from here. This is the slide that we went through last night. Obviously, as we've just said, we're not going to go through the whole meeting again because we were on for almost 2 hours last night, and nobody's ready to listen to that on a Friday afternoon. But yeah, briefly, we summarised for those who aren't already Soroptimists. We summarised what is Soroptimism, you know, how are the clubs normally organised, what's the idea behind this new clubs, and kind of what programme action is. We then talked about what will this new e-club look like. Now, again, you know, this is a new venture for Soroptimism. There are only a handful of e-clubs in our, well, I think there's only a couple in our federation. There's only a handful of e-clubs around the whole world. So it really is very much kind of finding the feet. And we were really lucky when we spoke to Sigby and, you know, the current president, Kathy Cottridge, and we spoke to Siobhan Garner, who's the membership director. And they essentially said to us, you know, throw the rule book out. You have permission to build this club up from the ground, build something that responds to the needs of the members that you get joining. Now, obviously, there are some things that we need to meet in order for it to be a Soroptimist club. So we've got to pay our dues. We've got to have the aims and objectives of Soroptimism. We've got to do program action. You know, there's certain things that we have to fit in. But in terms of, you know, how often we meet, how we meet, the type of program action we do, we really have been given carte blanche to build it around the needs of our members, which is really exciting.
I think it's worthwhile saying, though, just to go back, like what Soroptimism is, because, you know, there'll be people watching this who couldn't make it last night who kind of don't know what it is, if they want to join or not. So the Soroptimist is a women's membership organisation, a global membership organisation that works to improve the lives of women and girls. It's got a seat at the UN. So in terms of lobbying and getting on a global platform, it's really powerful. Rachel, go on. We
are currently in our centenary year, so we've been around for 100 years, and I think this was one of the things that we've already said, and it came across loud and clear last night. One of the things that I really love, it's my favorite thing I think about Soroptimism, is that it really is a global organization. You know, if you go down to the church hall and join your Mothers Union or the Women's Institute, you will really only ever encounter those people who are in your little club, in your little area. Whereas through the Soroptimists, you know, I'm on the PR and marketing committee. I'm on the Llandudno planning committee at the moment. I'm liaising with women from all over the world, from India and from the Caribbean. And as Hannah said last night, we had women on from Canada. And I don't know any other women's organization that I can join where I can meet with other women from around the world as equals, and we can bring together our skills and our very different life experiences and work together to solve problems. And that's the thing that I love about Soroptimism. So yeah, it's a sisterhood, it's friendship, it's about, you know, raising awareness, raising money, you know, problem solving. Going, for example, I gave some examples of things we did as SI Rossendale, which is my club, things that we've done in the past. So we have collected sanitary products for the local Red Bag project so that we tackle period poverty in the area. We've provided school meals for the local family centre so that they can feed kids during the summer holidays. So really hyper-local projects. We've also worked on wider Sigby projects like planting trees, making sure more women are listed on Wikipedia, which is actually a massive thing that's needed. And then we've worked on global projects like toilet twinning, enabling girls to go to school in Nepal, for example, making sure women in Africa have the skills and the tools so that they can plant their own vegetables and grow their own food and be self-sufficient in their villages. You know, so really global. What did you say last night, Hannah? Thinking globally, acting locally, or something?
Yeah, so I think what's attracting me to it, because I'm not a Soroptimist, not yet anyway. I think what's attracting me to it is that there is activism. It's not just, you know, kind of making jam and moaning. It's actually actionable, targeted activism.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And you can get involved as locally as you want. You can make jam if that's what you want to do. You can donate towels to your local women's refuge, or get meals going for your school, for your local schools, or you can do something that's super globally and helps people in disadvantaged, impoverished situations around the world. And I think that's what's really attractive to me, that it's not just just kind of lobbying, or it's not just signing a petition, unless that's all you want it to be.
Absolutely. So that's Soroptimism. Last night we talked about, and I am going to put the full video up from last night for anybody that really is interested and wants to watch it. But we went through the sort of structure of the Soroptimism and things like that. So we'll not bother with all that now. So yeah, the next thing we talked about was, what will the E-Club look like? As we've already said, we have permission to build it up. So what we really want to do is make this E-Club as easy as possible for busy women, because yes, we want to be open about the fact that we want to attract younger women to the organisation, and those younger women are still going to be in caring roles. So they're going to have young kids that they need to be putting to bed. They're going to have perhaps even parents that they need to be looking after. They don't have as much disposable time as perhaps people who are retired, they're still working full time. So we want to limit the meetings to no more than once a month for a business meeting. They will happen online. We will probably do them at different times of the day, and perhaps some even at weekends, so that as many women as possible can come to at least one meeting every so often. In terms of program action, what we want to do is, again, we want to give women the opportunity to choose the level of engagement that they would prefer. So, as Hannah said before, if all you have time to do is sign a petition and whiz off a quick email to your MP to lobby on an issue, then fine, do that. If you want to get slightly more involved, but you live a long way away from the rest of us, for example, but you want to run a marathon or do a bake sale, or you want to collect things for your local refuge, brilliant, do that. We'll do it as part of our program action. If you want to get more involved and meet, then we will do program action in person as well. So we might go on a march, we might run a stall, we might do some sort of fundraising or awareness in the town centre. So there's going to be different levels that women can get involved in, regardless of how much time they've got, regardless of how much they want to commit to this. We'll also have social events. So, we might meet for cocktails or go out for lunch one day or whatever it might be. Because I think one of the things that came through loud and clear last night, that we want to build friendships as well as, doing good. We want to make sure we're building a community that women want to be part of, feel valued, feel heard, and therefore will contribute to.
I think as well, one of the really powerful things that came out from last night was, again, the thinking globally, acting locally. We can coordinate targeted activity and disperse it across our local communities. So I'm in Sheffield, Rachel's in Bacup. We could have the same objective and the same specific kind of campaign going on. Say, for example, it was, collecting toiletries for a women's refuge. And we can do that with the support of each other and the sisterhood and the Soroptimists, but then we can affect our own local communities by going and distributing, things that we've fundraised for or collected within the micro community. So we're kind of doing big global thinking to benefit our local communities.
Yeah, and I think that really is the benefit of an e-club, is that we can create that joined up network with other e-clubs, but also with more traditional clubs. And we can say, well, what do you need? You are on the ground in your local community. What does your local community need? And, again, like we were saying last night, so that you don't get this kind of white women's savior complex of, I have decided that a school in India requires books. Yeah. Well, actually, let's talk to the e-club in India or the club in India and ask them what do you need? How can we help you? And create that kind of positive can-do attitude that's, instead of, we've got to come back and run it through the community. It's like, you know what, actually, this is what we need in our area right now. I'm going to act on it. I'm going to do it, as long as it's a smallish project or whatever, and come back, and we can, by doing that, you make the small number of resources you have as one person becomes massively amplified, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And then I think in terms of, how will we do program action and what will we do? I think that's pretty much still up for grabs, isn't it, Rachel? Still up for debate. The club will be shaped by the members that we get.
Yeah, I mean, even last night, so Sherry was on the call with us last night. She sent me a message straight afterwards. She said there's this thing going on in her college. They are collecting toys, but really good quality toys, clothes and things for Christmas gifts for disadvantaged children in the local area. She said, can I do this and say I'm doing it on behalf of the Soroptimists? I'm like, yes, absolutely. You have identified a need, you want to help. That's what Soroptimism should be about. It should be about saying, yes, there's a need there, let's meet it. So yeah, I think that's brilliant. And just in terms of that last point there, what else do you get? And we've touched on this, but again, I think one of the really lovely things last night was that we had women on. Some of the women I've met and worked with many times, some of them I'd never encountered before. Laura from the Cambridgeshire Fens, I've never met Laura before, but we came together, and she is now my friend, and she came with some brilliant ideas, and I think friendship it's just got to be at the heart of it, hasn't it? Supporting each other, building each other up, making sure we have communities, like I said before, where women feel valued and they feel heard, because that's the pandemic has created massive issues around loneliness and people feeling isolated and excluded, and this technology can be used to combat that.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, it was there before the pandemic, but just women being heard and seen, let alone being lonely.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely. very quickly what is required if you would like to become a member of our e-club. We haven't finalised how much money it will cost precisely yet. You have to pay your dues to SIGB to be a member for the year. There are also certain fees that are associated with being a club, such as we have to pay a fee to have a subdomain on the SIGB website, which we obviously want. There are certain administrative costs. We have to maybe have badges or whatever, or if we're going out marching, we'll need banners and things like that. So, but we really want to keep the cost as small as we possibly can.
Yeah.
We also are aiming to do it on a monthly direct debit rather than expecting women to find an annual fee up front, which is not how a lot of younger women, most things I have now are paid on a monthly subscription. So we're aiming for about £5 a month paid by direct debit. If it goes above that, we're really hoping it won't go very much more above that, but that's the price point that we're aiming for. But as we said last night, if there is anybody who really wants to be a Soroptimist and can't afford it, we will find a way of making that happening. We're not going to turn anybody away.
Yeah.
How much time will it take up? As much or as little as you want. As I've already said, we're aiming for one business meeting a month, which will probably be about an hour and a half to 2 hours. After that, there will be events that we meet in person or additional online meetings to discuss things. But, if you have the time and want to join in with those things, brilliant. If you don't have the time, no judgment from us. That's absolutely fine. We still appreciate you being there and giving us your ideas. So it really is up to you how much you want to be involved. Will the meetings be flexible? Yeah, we've already said that. If you can't make it 1 month, you can't make it. If the kids are ill or the dog needs to go to the vets or whatever, then fine. That's fine. Yeah, or you're knackered. Exactly. Quite a few women were going to come last night, and they put on the Facebook group and just said, you know what, I'm exhausted. I've worked really hard. That's fine. No judgment. We're all going to have days like that. So yeah, absolutely. The meetings will be flexible. The times that they are held at will be flexible. Some will be daytime, some will be weekends. Again, we'll build it around the needs of our members. And then what if you don't want to commit yet? Absolutely fine. You are here on the Facebook page, so you have obviously liked it in some way. Please keep engaging with us in this way. If you don't want to be a Soroptimist, but you're still up for signing a petition or writing to your MP, that's fine. If you just want to share some content with us or an article that you read, that's fine. Again, we're not judging or pressurizing anybody. So be there as much or as little. Anything you want to add on that, Hannah?
No, that's perfect.
Okay. So there, we took questions last night. If this is a Facebook Live, if you've never seen a Facebook Live before, it's a recorded video. It's available forever on the page now. If you write a comment under this video, we will see it. So you can ask your question directly there, or we have an email address. It's thenewsoroptimists@gmail.com. Feel free to email us. If you, on this Facebook page, there will be a WhatsApp group, a WhatsApp button. If you press that, you come directly through to my WhatsApp on my phone. And again, I will be happy to answer any questions that you've got. So feel free to invite your friends, engage with us, however you feel fit. Happy to. Just in terms of next steps, we are really hoping that we will become chartered fairly soon. So we're aiming for early 2022 that we will become a chartered e-club. And yeah, if you want to come join us, we only need 8 women to get the club going. You're
holding up 5 fingers there, Rachel.
I'm actually holding up 6, which is even worse.
So there's you and I, so we need 6 additional women.
There we go. Thank you. I suspect we are nearly there, but please, we really want to make this work. So if you would like to come and join us, please do. Absolutely.
We're not going to close the doors once we reach 8. The more the merrier.
Yeah, and I think the other key thing to remember as well is, one of the things we talked about last night, if you want to come and join our e-club, brilliant, you're more than welcome. But if you do live a long way away, so if you are in Canada or wherever, and you would therefore miss out on our social events and our in-person program actions, but you want to take what we're doing to your area and build your own e-club, brilliant. Because again, we really want to build a network of e-clubs that can all work together, and we can amplify our voice even more and make the most of that level of flexibility. So, come be a member for 6 months and then steal all of our ideas and start your own. We genuinely would be thrilled with that.
I think, Rachel, you've been a Soroptimist for a long time, and for anyone that doesn't know, you and I are sisters. I know you know that.
I know that.
And I've always kind of thought, Rachel's joined this old lady club. It's a bit like the Masons or whatever, and it's not at all. It is. In recent years, I have become incredibly angry that around the world women are treated so poorly. And in the UK, we have an awful lot of privilege, and it's still not perfect. But in some parts of the world, girls are made to sleep in sheds if they're on their periods because they're so dirty. I'm just so cross, and I want to do something that's actually positive and proactive, and isn't just signing a petition or whatever. So if you, like me, are sick of it and you want to do something, then this e-club might be for you. It's kind of low cost. You don't have to commit loads of time to go to a meeting, find a club, sit there with people that you don't know and stuff. But you can
get a babysitter. Even the basics, though, you don't just get a babysitter. Just jump on. We had somebody on a call the other day, not the meeting last night, but somebody joined a call, and she was breastfeeding her 6-month-old baby, which is brilliant. That's because we are women and we've got to multitask. It's really important. And you and I, Hannah, were talking as well to a woman over on our business feminism podcast. We were talking to a woman who runs a business in Singapore and Malaysia, and she was saying, she's been in the business for 10 years. She's a phenomenally knowledgeable woman running her own business, and she doesn't even try and do business in her own country in Malaysia because she says there's just no point. She's not taken seriously as a businesswoman. She goes straight to America. And individually, of course, we're not going to change the world. One e-club isn't going to change the world, but if we all stand up together and try and do something, we can at least make incremental differences. Because to me, we seem to have gone backwards in the last kind of 10-15 years, and I'm not standing for that.
Even in the well, I'm not going to get into it, but over here we've got Sarah Everard kicking off like the Sarah Everard case. A lot of us are pretty angry today.
And so that's the long and short of it. We're not going to go on any longer. Thank you to those of you who have jumped on. We genuinely wasn't expecting anyone to see us because we hadn't advertised that we were doing this. But please, if you are interested, come and join us. If you hate it, it's a monthly subscription. So just cancel your subscription and stop paying. That's absolutely fine. Just come and give it a try. It's going to be no more than £5 a month. You can obviously come to a few meetings as well, as many meetings as you like before you'd make that decision. We're not going to be on your first meeting. You've got to give us your money. Come and try it. If you have nieces, if you have daughters, if you have stepchildren, anybody who and we are absolutely not just aiming at young people here. When we say any woman is welcome, any woman is welcome. This will work for disabled women with really heavy caring burdens, as well as the kind of younger mums and busy working women. So anyone who you think is open to this, send them our way, please. We would absolutely love to talk to them, and we would love to get this e-club off the ground.
Yes.
There we go.
Brilliant.
Have a lovely weekend, everybody. We shall be back again soon.
See you soon.